What if I told you that deep within the Amazon rainforest, a world as complex and ancient as Egypt once thrived, only to vanish almost without a trace? For centuries, we believed the Amazon was an untouched wilderness, inhospitable and uninhabited. But groundbreaking discoveries are rewriting history. Hidden beneath the dense canopy lies evidence of civilizations that built cities, cultivated vast lands, and left behind legacies that challenge everything we thought we knew. The story of the Amazon is not one of emptiness, but of ingenuity, resilience, and forgotten greatness. This is the lost history of ancient Amazonian civilizations. For generations, scholars dismissed the idea of large societies in the Amazon. They argued the rainforest was too harsh, its soil too poor, its floods too unpredictable. They believed the Amazon could never sustain more than scattered tribes living in isolation. But this belief, often repeated, was wrong. The myth of the empty jungle is collapsing. Thanks to cutting-edge technology like LiDAR, laser mapping from the skies, vast hidden structures have been revealed. Road networks stretching for miles, geometric earthworks carved into the ground, and sprawling settlements that rival those of other great ancient civilizations. This wasn't an untouched wilderness. It was home to millions of people, organized societies, and thriving cultures long before Europeans arrived. Archaeologists are uncovering evidence of advanced urban planning across the Amazon. Roads linked communities across vast distances. Monumental plazas and ceremonial centers anchored society. Markets bustled with trade. Families gathered in vibrant settlements. These were not primitive tribes. They were sophisticated cultures adapted to their environment in ways we are only beginning to understand. Take the Casarabe culture of Bolivia, for example. Their settlements included canals, causeways, and monumental earthworks. These networks weren't scattered. They were carefully designed to organize life, movement, and trade. In scale and complexity, the Casarabe rival what we know of ancient Egypt, Mesopotamia, or the Maya. But their strength wasn't in towering pyramids. It was in mastering the rainforest itself. The Amazon, often viewed as a hostile wilderness, became their ally. They cultivated hundreds of plant species, many still vital to us today. They engineered rich black soil known as terra preta, a man-made soil that remains fertile for centuries. They raised fields above floods, built canals for irrigation, and turned wetlands into farmland. This wasn't simply survival, it was ecological genius, a sustainable system capable of feeding millions without destroying the forest. They lived not against the jungle, but with it. Their civilization was a living example of balance between humanity and nature. It's a lesson we're still struggling to learn today. Yet, like all great civilizations, their story has a turning point. Something happened that caused these flourishing societies to decline. Historians suggest several possibilities. Climate shifts may have disrupted food supplies. Conflicts may have fractured unity. But the deadliest blow likely came from outside. When Europeans arrived in South America, they brought with them invisible invaders like smallpox and measles. Populations that had thrived for centuries collapsed in just generations. Entire communities vanished. The jungle reclaimed their cities, covering their plazas, their homes, and their monuments. What we lost was not only people, but knowledge. Knowledge of farming systems more sustainable than many we use today. Knowledge of medicine, plants, and balance with the land. A world of wisdom silenced before it could be shared. Imagine if their techniques had shaped our modern world. Our relationship with nature might look very different. perhaps we would not see forests only as resources to exploit, but as ecosystems to partner with. The story of the Amazon's lost civilizations forces us to rethink what we mean by civilization. Greatness is not always measured in stone pyramids or golden treasures. Sometimes greatness is measured in harmony, resilience, and survival. Today, indigenous peoples still carry fragments of this ancient wisdom. They fight to preserve their lands and their knowledge. Their struggle is not only for themselves, but for all of us, because the Amazon is not just trees. It is a living library of history, resilience, and survival. Protecting it means protecting our shared past and our future. The lost civilizations of the Amazon are not simply stories of what once was. They are warnings, lessons, and inspirations. They show us the brilliance of human adaptation, but also the fragility of societies in the face of change. This is the lost history of ancient Amazonian civilizations, a story that was never truly finished. And as we continue to uncover it, one truth becomes clear. The Amazon's greatest secret is not what we have forgotten, it's what we have yet to learn.